Hello everyone, welcome to CareerDeed Training Solutions. This is Janani and this is day 3 of your sentence correction challenge. In the first two challenges, we have discussed some different types of questions that you may expect in a competitive exam. In the same way, here I am with a different set of questions to make you think. Hope you remember the procedure to face the challenge. Once you see the question, you're going to pause the video for a while, spot the error in the sentence, and then play the video to check your answer. In that way, here comes your first question. CLARA and JETKIN remarks mostly argue about if the virtual large galaxies contains creative artwork. You can pause the video for 30 seconds, spot the error, and then come back to check your answer. Well, the answer for this question becomes CLARA and JETKIN remarks mostly argue about if the virtual large galaxies contain creative artwork. The explanation for this question goes quite simple. Just identify the true subject and verb. The true subject is going to be large galaxies and the verb is contains. Now, true subject is in its plural form, that is galaxies is in its plural form, and the verb contains is in its singular form. So this makes your subject verb agreement rule go wrong. So converting, that is changing contains to contain, you get the answer to be CLARA and JETKIN remarks mostly argue about if the virtual large galaxies contain creative artwork. Okay, moving to the second question you have. Every boy in the class are expected to take part in the Independence Day drill marching. The answer for this question becomes every boy in the class is expected to take part in the Independence Day drill marching. Hope you remember the tabulation of indefinite pronoun. When you have words like everything, somebody, something, someone, nobody, nothing, your verb is always going to be singular. But only in the case when you have everybody, everything and everyone. Otherwise, after the word every, whatever you have, that is whatever subject you have, if that is singular, your verb is also going to be singular. If that is plural, your verb is also going to be in the plural form. So this makes to see that in the exception case. So the answer for this question becomes every boy in the class is expected to take part in the Independence Day drill marching. Hope you got it. Moving to the next question. Trendy is such a terrible housekeeper, so this heap of dirty clothes should be his. Well, the answer for this question is quite tricky. It's simple. Trendy is such a terrible housekeeper, so this heap of dirty clothes should be his, and the only difference is that the addition of an apostrophe. If you can remember the tabulation that we had put for pronouns, you see subjective, objective and pronoun. Now for the word he, which is your subjective pronoun, your objective pronoun is going to be him, and the possessive pronoun, you're going to have the word his with an apostrophe added after yes, which is missed in the question. So this becomes your error. Hope you got it. For further explanation, look at the tabulation. When you have noun is I, your possessive pronoun is going to be mine. When you have your noun to be you or we, it is going to be yours or ours without any apostrophe. Okay, but when your noun is going to be a proper noun, that is, it can be a name, then you are just going to add an apostrophe and then a s. For example, Ram is changed as Rams, Sheila is changed as Sheilas. Okay, now just see, if your noun ends with the letter S, then you are not going to add another S after the apostrophe, you are just going to add an apostrophe. So this is something which you have to remember whenever you are using a possessive pronoun. Okay, moving on to the next question. Some products of the most popular EVERCANDY company is generally not advisable to be taken often. Well, the answer for this question becomes some products of the most popular EVERCANDY company are generally not advisable to be taken often. So just like one of our previous questions, we have discussed indefinite pronoun concept. The tabulation goes like this. When you have the word some and some other noun after the word some, then this is going to be in exception case. And here the question says some products. Now the word after some is in a plural form, so my verb should also be a plural verb. So I have changed this is to are, making my sentence some products of the most popular EVERCANDY company are generally not advisable to be taken often. $8 are a price of movie these days. The answer is pretty simple, right? $8 is a price of movie these days. Now, what is a subject and a verb in the sentence? Your subject is going to be $8, which is a definite quantity. If you remember our subject verb agreement rules, which says for a definite quantity as a subject, your verb is always going to be singular. But the verb used here is are, which is a plural one. So, I am converting that to is. So, this brings to my answer. Moving to the next question, the KB Pulsar is the cheapest than the new one in the market. The answer becomes the KB Pulsar is cheaper than the new one in the market. Now it's going to be a faulty comparison error. The positive, comparative and superlative words of the adjective cheap is cheap, cheaper and the cheapest respectively. Now the KB Pulsar is just compared to some other new one. That is, this is compared to only one other product. It is not compared to more than one product. So only when there are two comparing words, I have to use my comparative degree, which is cheaper. So the word the cheapest is changed as cheaper. Now if you can remember the superlative degree rule, before the superlative degree you should have the article the. So this is your error in the sentence. We have no choice but to appoint Mary for this post as she is the best of the two candidates. The answer for this question is we have no other choice but to appoint Mary for this post as she is better of the two candidates. This again works with a faulty comparison error, but most of you while working out would have understood or guessed the error to be in the word but, because you just know one meaning of but, which is a contradicting statement conjunction, right? But the other meaning of but is something like, except. Yeah, but has another meaning called as except. So the sentence means like we have no choice except to appoint Mary. Yeah, the meaning of the word but goes like that. Okay, so the error in this statement is going to be faulty comparison, and the positive, comparative and superlative degrees are good, better and the best. Now I am having only two candidates, so I have to use my comparative degree, which is better. So this brings to my answer. Moving to the next question, the principal and secretary are coming on time along with a guest. The answer for this question is simple. The principal and secretary is coming on time along with a guest. Now the principal and the trustee. The principal and trustee. This is something which we have discussed in one of our previous sessions. When you have the article used before both the positions, then it refers to two people, which means you have to use the article have or are depending upon what is given. Or if you have the principal and trustee, then it refers to only one person where you have to use the article, where you have to use the verb has. Okay, so this example I have given with reference to one of the questions that we have discussed in the previous videos. So find the link given in the description and go check it out to have a better understanding of this question. So the error in this question is going to be in article usage. Okay. Moving to the last question of the video, a recent survey says that the ferocity is becoming more in schools than colleges. The answer for this question becomes a recent survey says that the ferocity is becoming more in schools than that of colleges. Again, the error is going to be in faulty comparison, where the comparing factor is ferocity but not just schools and colleges. When you talk about ferocity in schools and ferocity in colleges, make sure that this word either as a noun, that is either as ferocity itself or as a pronoun is used in front of both the places, that is in front of school and in front of colleges, right? So I am not using the word as such in my answer. I am changing it as that of. Okay, so the answer becomes, a recent survey says that the ferocity is becoming more in schools than that of colleges. Hope you got it. So this brings us to the end of the session. If you feel you have learned something new, please do like, comment and share the video to your friends. Thank you for watching. Stay connected with CareerDeed Training Solutions and wait for the next challenge. Thank you.